Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
There are many demons, but there's only one.
Electro Demon.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tom, aka the Electro Demon, and maybe you're watching, maybe you're listening, I don't know. Anyway, this is the Brutal Gaming Podcast, episode 1, the premiere episode. I've created this podcast, and I intend for this podcast to be a weekly thing, This gives me a chance to talk about more stuff. If you've been following my channel, you can see that I mostly post videos about video game reviews and full walkthroughs of video games, but mostly my main thing is game reviews. And this podcast gives me a chance. It's a good fit for the channel, and it gives me a chance to talk about other stuff than just purely reviews. So this is the Brutal Gaming Podcast. Hopefully, you're gonna be satisfied with the quality. English is not my native language. I'm just gonna say that, but hopefully it's good enough. So yeah, basically that's it. I planned, like I said, I planned for this podcast to be a weekly thing. I'm gonna be posting it, I think, every Saturday or maybe every Sunday. I'm not sure, but it's gonna be a weekend thing. So I'm gonna make a link so you can download the purely audio form of this podcast, and also you can watch it on YouTube, where this is gonna be video. This is just me. And I'm gonna put some gameplay on top of it. But I will leave a link in the description where you can download the MP3 file, or I'm not gonna show what for. Basically, where you can download the audio file if you like to listen to podcasts while you're driving, jogging, or whatever. There's gonna be a link in the description for you, so you can download that. So yeah, the state of the channel is I have 346 subscribers. Basically, I'm doing these reviews and this podcast purely as a hobby. As a profession, I'm a lineman. I work on distribution lines. Basically, I connect new users to the grid, and I do repair and maintenance on low voltage and 10 kV lines. That's my thing. I work every day, and I've always liked video games. Well, not liked, loved. Basically, when I come home from work, video games are my thing to relax. And yeah, I've always enjoyed making reviews and stuff. So I'm not planning for this channel to be a commercial thing. This is just I'm doing this as a hobby. I play games, and I make a review of the game when I complete it. And basically, if someone wants to watch it, they watch it. If they don't, well, you don't have to watch it. The videos on YouTube stay on YouTube, and they're kind of a reminder for me. I don't know. I remember 5 years from now. Wow, man, there was a time when I played, I don't know, Callisto Protocol, and then I see a review I made. So I'm making these videos for me and for you as well, but primarily for me. So like I said, this channel is not a commercial thing. I would like for it to get a bit bigger, but if it doesn't, well, I don't really give a shit, if I'm being honest. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. This is the state of the channel. Yeah, like I said, reviews and long play walkthrough videos, full game walkthrough, and of course now this podcast. So basically that's it. This is a premiere. So hopefully I'll get better with time. But yeah, the first topic I want to talk about is a video game called Trepang 2. If you've been following my channel, Trepang 2, I've posted a video about Trepang 2. Trepang 2 is an indie video game. It's made by Trepang Studios, and it's still not out. You can play a demo. If you go on Trepang 2 Steam page, there's a demo you can download or you can watch. You know, type in Trepang 2 on YouTube and you can find a video. Even I did a video. This is an incredible game. I've been waiting for almost 2 years now. And other than that demo on their Steam page, there's really not been a lot of information. They've posted some videos on Twitter saying that they're not dead. I mean, I get it. Trepang 2 is made by, I believe, 5 guys. But it's such a great game. It has such potential that it's insane. It's basically, if you remember Fear, Fear from, I believe, 2005 or 2006. It's a Fear-inspired game. Fear was awesome with its, effects, walls collapsing, slow-mo effects, ragdoll effects. Trepang 2 has that. It has everything that Fear had, maybe even better. And I love it. It has the same atmosphere. It has great graphics. I'm not sure, but maybe I can Google that. But I think this is using Unreal Engine 4. It does look a bit, samey because it's all industrial, indoor type of environments. But the gameplay is so intense and satisfying. It's really one of, well, not one of, it's the most anticipated game that I'm anticipating. No, really, it's just really thrilling. You dodge bullets, you punch, you kick and slide, you use slow motion. It's so great. I don't know why there hasn't been a more copies of Fear. I'm not saying Trepang 2 is a copy. That's such a rude word to say, a copy. No, but it's clearly inspired by Fear, and it's a shame because Fear was a really popular game. It did really well, produced by Monolith Studios, and that's pretty much it. There was Fear 1, Fear versus Mandate was good, and Fear 2 was, I didn't like it. It had that, it wasn't good as the first Fear game, and Fear 3 was just a piece of shit. I did complete Fear 3 and it was a piece of shit. But Trepang 2 has so much potential, and I don't know what the fuck is happening with this game. It's been on. It's not even early access. It's been announced, and you can play the demo, but that's it. That's pretty much it. And I'm really hoping to hear more information from the developers about Trepang 2. Really, I know that they're a small team. I know that they're working hard, but this game has so much potential. The demo is so good. Believe me, guys, just go on their Steam page, type in Trepang 2, check it out. Really, check it out. This is brilliant. And I can't wait to play it. This is my most anticipated game. I thought that Trepang 2 was gonna come out in last year, but yeah, nothing. If you check out Trepang 2 on Steam, it basically says planned release date to be announced. So we don't know. We don't know when it's gonna be announced. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully Trepang 2 comes in 2023. It's such a great game. Fear-inspired dodging bullets, like I said, slow motion, wow. The effects, brilliant fucking game. Really, brilliant. Hopefully it's gonna come out this year. I just wanted to state your attention to Trepang 2. Maybe some people are not aware of Trepang 2's existence. So if you just heard about Trepang 2 from me, check it out. At least Google it and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's such a great fucking game. Well, it will be if it eventually fucking comes out. But check out the demo. It's really great. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Let's talk about the 2 games that are releasing in this month, February. So that is Atomic Heart and Yakuza Ishin. Atomic Heart is basically an upcoming FPS, It's developed by Mundfish and it's published by Focused Entertainment and for Divinity. So it's gonna come out for PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. It's gonna come out on February 21st, 2023, so a few days from now. It looks insane. It's just a second. Yeah, I need to light up my cigarette. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, cigarettes. That's what it's all about. I'm joking. So, Atomic Heart is basically like Bioshock, but in Soviet Russia. Robot. It's a utopian world. You have robots that used to take care of people. You know, they serve them. There's a shit ton of robots involved, and basically something went wrong, and now the robots are, basically Skynet. They went berserk, and now your mission is to, I don't know, I'm not sure what your mission is, but you're going into this utopian Russian world, and you're killing robots. I believe your mission is to stop them. It's a utopian world of wonders and perfection in which humans live in harmony with their loyal and fervent robots. That says on their Steam page. But seriously, the combat looks good. And well, I'm really looking forward to this game. I saw a bit of gameplay on YouTube. It looks interesting, It's graphically, it's insane. Combat looks, there's a lot of melee combat. There's also guns, of course, and it looks awesome. You're killing these robots. I haven't seen any, you killing human opponents. It's basically almost everything is, robotic. I saw a lot of the boss fights. Looks interesting, really. It looks interesting, and yeah, man, this is gonna be a great game. Hopefully, I'm not gonna pre-order it or anything. I'm cautiously optimistic with this. You need to use your environments and upgrade your equipment to fulfill your mission. If you want to reach the truth, you have to pay in blood. That says on their Steam page. And if you look at some of the videos, it looks awesome. There's a lot of combat. There's a lot of melee combat. There are guns, like I said, and you have some abilities, like you shooting arcs of lightning at enemies. It looks really great. The combat looks frantic. I think I saw a gameplay video from IGN or GameSpot. I'm not sure. The dude who played that, who had the chance to play the real game, said that the combat is really interesting. That it's a bit hard. The enemies are a bit bullet spongy, and it takes a lot of damage for you to take them down. So it looks interesting. There's some puzzles, and everything is Soviet, and I like that. We ain't got a lot of Soviet influenced game besides Stalker, but really it looks interesting. I'm really cautiously optimistic about this, because I've heard about Atomic Heart like a year and a half ago, 2 years, and nothing. There weren't a single video or anything, but now it's really coming out. Like I said, I saw some of the videos. It looks great. Check it out. Type in Atomic Heart and check it out. Could be great. And we have another big game coming out. This month, and that is the Yakuza Ishin. Basically, Ryuga Gotoku Ishin, but like a dragon Ishin, it's gonna be called. Yeah, if you go on their Steam page, blah blah. Okay. It's coming out, well, it's the same day, 21st February 2023, the same day as Atomic Heart. So it's gonna be a difficult choice, but I think I'm gonna go with Like a Dragon Ishin. Basically, I'm a huge Yakuza fan. I finished all Yakuza games. I played the Yakuza series on the PlayStation 2, Yakuza 1, that had the English voiceovers, and then the Yakuza 2 Japanese audio with English subtitles. Back then, Yakuza wasn't, mainstream, wasn't famous as it is now. And I was a fan back then. Yakuza 1, Yakuza 2, then Yakuza 3 on the PlayStation 3, then Yakuza 4. Yeah, Yakuza 4 I believe had a few playable characters. Then Yakuza 5, I remember that I fought with a bear in Yakuza 5, finished that. Then Yakuza 6, I believe, that was in the new engine. Then Yakuza 0, I finished that. Yeah, I finished Yakuza 0 on the PlayStation 4. What else? Yeah, I skipped Yakuza 7, I believe. Yeah, I don't like that turn-based combat. I like the current combat that the Yakuza series has always been known for. That beat 'em up style with finishers, EX attacks. But this new combat system that they got going on in the mainstream Yakuza series, that new style just, it's not working for me. I hate turn-based combat and I can't play that shit. Yeah, also Judgment and what was the game called? There was a Judgment sequel, the Lost Judgment. Yeah, I also completed those two games where you play as the detective Yagami. Also great games. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Ryu Gakutoku Studios. Huge fan of Sega. I loved all of their games except the new mainstream Yakuza games. I just hate that turn-based combat system. I just can't get. Just can't. But anyway, Like a Dragon Ishin is basically Yakuza Ishin. It's set in the Edo period in Japan. So I believe that is 14th century. I'm not really sure. Yeah, and you play. Well, I'm not. Basically, this game came out in 2014, but it never made its way to Europe and America. It was Japan only, and I knew this, and I've always I've always wanted to play this, but I don't know any fucking Japanese, so I couldn't fucking play it. But now it's coming out. It's coming out for PlayStation 5, PC. I believe it's even coming for Xbox. I don't care. I'm gonna play this on my PC. So yeah, you're playing as samurai legend Sakamoto Ryoma. But basically, what I can tell from videos is that it's Kazuma Kiryu. But it's not Kazuma Kiryu. It's Kazuma Kiryu character, but it's not a real Kazuma Kiryu, if that makes sense. You're playing as Sakamoto Ryoma. But I'm guessing because Kazuma Kiryu was the main character of the whole series, of the whole Yakuza series, this spin-off it just takes the likeness of Kazuma. So you're playing as a character of Kazuma, but he's not Kazuma. He's Sakamoto Ryoma. But I will tell you more after I finish this game. But it's a samurai game, set in ancient Japan. I believe it's the Edo period, samurai period, Japan. I'm not sure. Don't take my word for it. So the game has 4 stances. From you can switch. There's one which you can fight with your bare hands. So basically classical old school Yakuza style, and then the 3 others are sword styles. One where you hold your sword with 2 hands, one where you hold it with one, and you have a pistol in the other hand, something like that. I don't know. I will play this, and it looks fucking interesting. So basically, Yakuza, mainstream Yakuza, old school Yakuza, but with with a samurai theme. So there's no Kamarucho here. So samurai theme. You have your sword instead of your fists, and I think this is gonna be a classical Yakuza style game. There's always gonna be a sick fucking story because Ryu Gakutoku Studios makes 6 fucking stories. They make really sick stories. Awesome, million plot twists and shit. So that you will probably have a lot of side activities. And I googled it a little bit. It says that the main campaign is about 25 hours, and if you're gonna do a lot of these side missions, side quests, it's gonna take you around 40 hours to beat it. So I'm really looking forward to this. It's made in Unreal Engine 4. It looks great. I'm not gonna say it looks awesome. It is Unreal Engine 4, but it is a bit bare bones. The structures and stuff. It's basically a remake. But for me, it's not a remake because we in Europe and in USA we never got to play this. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. My cigarette is almost out. Just. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So two big games coming out this month are Like a Dragon Ishin or Yakuza Ishin, whatever. Like a Dragon Ishin, it's its official name. It's coming out 21st of February 2023, and Atomic Heart also on the 21st February 2023. So yeah, there's gonna be a review on my channel about Like a Dragon Ishin, definitely, and Atomic Heart. If it's a good game, I'm gonna buy it and play it, and there's also gonna be a review of that. So stay tuned for that. Let's go on to the next topic. Not the next topic. There's also a one big game approaching, and that is Resident Evil 4 Remake. Okay, let me just. I know it's somewhere in March. Just wait. Yeah, it's Resident Evil 4 Remake. It's coming out in 24th of March 2023. So yeah, that's about 6 weeks from now. It's a remake of the highly popular Resident Evil 4. If I'm being honest, I'm not sure that I'm gonna buy Resident Evil 4 Remake because I finished Resident Evil 4 on the PlayStation 2, and I think I did play it a little bit later. Remastered version. Maybe it was on PC, maybe it was on PlayStation 3. I really can't remember. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of changes. They're using some new engine. I'm seeing a lot of changes in the gameplay, of course, enhancements, but it's still, Resident Evil 4. And I did finish Resident Evil 4, so I don't know. Sometimes this doesn't make sense, these remakes. I played the Resident Evil 1 remake, Resident Evil 2 remake, which is fucking awesome, and the Resident Evil 3 remake. And those are the kind of remakes that I would play, and I did play them. Especially Resident Evil 2 remake, which is fucking awesome, because those games required a remake. If we're gonna be honest, I did finish Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, and Resident Evil 3 on the PlayStation 1, and those games had pre-rendered backgrounds, arcade gameplay, tank controls, arcade gameplay for that time, So I understand Capcom bringing these games and giving them a remaster, So yeah, I understand that because, pre-rendered fucking backgrounds. So yeah, I can stomach those things, and I did play it. It was awesome, especially Resident Evil 2 remake. I highly recommend it. But Resident Evil 4 came out for the it didn't came out on the PlayStation 2 at first. It was, I believe, on the game. Yeah, I think it came out for the GameCube first, and then it was ported to PlayStation 2, and then it was ported to all other fucking platforms. But basically, this was a 3D game. You could play it on PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox, PC. And if you were to download Resident Evil 4, the original Resident Evil 4 for PC, or I don't know, for PlayStation 2, and you put that disc in, or you download it and you start the game up, it's still a great playable game. Which is something that cannot be said for Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 on the PlayStation 1. Yeah, they were playable. They are playable now, but the gameplay has really, it's archaic. Because Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 were, held back by the current technologies at the time, the PlayStation 1 technologies. But Resident Evil 4 wasn't held. It was a 3D game. It still has, you know, the gameplay hasn't really aged. It has aged well. So if you were to boot Resident Evil 4 now, the original Resident Evil 4, you can fucking play that game and enjoy it. It doesn't look like shit. It has a bit dated graphics, yeah, but it's still, perfectly playable, even in 2023. So I'm not sure. I don't think I will. I mean, it's fine if they're remastering it or remaking it for modern audiences, modern tastes. I get it, but yeah, I'm not gonna be playing that because, like I said, I finished Resident Evil 4 like 2 or 3 times, so I don't feel the need to play it again. But alright, uh, I don't know what to say. But yeah, that's my point. I just think that Resident Evil 4 doesn't need to be remade because it's still a great game even in its current state. And I believe there were a lot of Resident Evil 4 remasters. So that's the original game just remastered. There was for PlayStation 3, PC, Xbox 360. So you can still play it, and it's a brilliant game. But remaking it, so remaster and remakes are two different things. I'm not sure that Resident Evil 4 needs to be remade. But alright, if they're doing it, whatever the fuck. Okay, and yeah, there's the last topic that I want to discuss, and that is the Silent, also a remake coming out this year, and this is the remake that I'm looking forward to. That is the Silent Hill 2 remake. Well, it's not really. I just wanted to talk about Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 is one of my favorite games I've ever played. It's a psychological horror game. It came out on the PlayStation 2 originally, later on PC and every other imaginable console. There was a shit remaster 2 or 3 years ago. But yeah, Silent Hill 2 is being remade by Blobber Team. They're a great team. They do great remakes, and they're making it in Unreal Engine 4. It's looking great. There are enhanced fog effects, which are extremely important for a Silent Hill game. The release date is still not really known, so I don't think that Silent Hill 2 is gonna come out this year. Yeah, I don't think so. Probably 2024. But it's looking great, and I saw an article that Silent Hill 2 packs demanding PC requirements. So listen to this. Minimum requirements for Silent Hill 2 are basically Intel i5 8400 or Ryzen 3 3300X, 12 gigs of RAM, and RX 5700 or GTX 1080. But listen to recommended system requirements. So that is the i7 8700K or Ryzen 5 3600X, 16 gigs of RAM, and you need to have 6800 XT or GeForce 2080 RTX. So not really too hefty, but pretty hefty requirements. But I'm really looking forward to this. And Blobber Team said that they're making minimal changes to the gameplay. So they're only doing what is necessary. So I'm guessing what is necessary. They're gonna enhance the camera, and they're gonna enhance the combat a bit. But everything else is, like I said, for Resident Evil 4. And this is true for Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 is also a game that I believe doesn't it's kind of on the verge, It doesn't need a remake, but it does need a remake because it's such a legendary game. But also Resident Evil 4 is also legendary, so you can say that argument for that game as well. But yeah, I'm a huge fan, so I'm gonna play this. I'm also a fan of Resident Evil 4, but I'm not gonna play it. But yeah, Silent Hill 2 is so deeply rooted in my fucking DNA. I played that, back in 2001 or 2002. It left such an impact on me, and I only finished Silent Hill 2 once. So I'm really looking forward to this remake. But I don't think that this is going to come out this year. I highly doubt it. Probably next year. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So this was the weekly podcast. Hopefully you like it. For the next time, I'm gonna come up with a lot more topics, and we're gonna discuss in depth some other things related to video games and a little bit of maybe tech. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This was my first podcast. Hopefully you are satisfied. I'm sorry if I haven't been a good host or anything. Yeah, this is my first time doing it, so hopefully I'm gonna get better by the time. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna keep doing it, and hopefully with time I'm gonna get better. Thank you for watching and listening. You've been watching and listening Brutal Gaming Podcast episode 1. Stay tuned if you like the content I'm producing, my reviews, my long play videos, and this podcast. Please subscribe. It's gonna help me a little bit. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay tuned. Bye.